So here's the clip, taking it from Destiny, of course, because I what he said here, I 100% agree with. And I think sometimes when it comes down to Americans and people from the West, there's a certain level of ignorance and privilege that people are not taking into account when they give their opinions and their perceptions of things that are taking place, thinking that they're even relatively the same in terms of opportunity, in terms of freedoms, and when it comes to other countries around the world. So Destiny here is talking about the Ukraine Russia situations and why people are fighting in the Ukraine conflict. And it's not simple as, who's living, who's dying, and oh, we just got to stop the fighting.
To think about it, it's like, okay, well, am I going to die or am I going to live, or is this person going to die or live? And that's it. Okay. When you look at, and there's broader narratives here that even I don't understand because I'm not a part of it, because I don't have that lived experience. So I'm very, very, very loosely going by what people say. Okay. But Eastern Europe has fought for legitimacy. Places like Poland have fought for legitimacy to be included in the Western world for decades. Okay. This idea of breaking from the Soviet Union, of being your own country. Like, we are a people. We are more than just foreign workers for British people. We're more than just temporary visa stays, to work in the summer and then go back to our shitty Eastern European countries. Like, we want to fight our corruption. We want to join the rest of the world. We want to be real countries with real people that are free of like corrupt and crazy leaders and bureaucrats that are trying to we're constantly like, we're trying to become a thing. Okay. And Ukraine has been historically a country that's had a lot of issues with corruption and a lot of issues with trying to break from that stereotype of Eastern European destitution. And they were on the path to doing that. And they had a leader who was, the populist support was, hey, we're finally going to have access to European markets. We're finally going to make a deal with the European Union. We're finally moving in that direction. And then they had a leader who was like, actually, no, we're going to go back to Russia, get and as a result of like all the protests and all of the riots and all of this, they have their huge 2014 Euromaidan. And basically what they see in front of them is, oh, it's business as usual. Here comes Russia. There goes Crimea. And now we're back in this world where we're going to be subjugated by Russia. We're not a Western country. We're not even a real country. We're a group of fucking losers who nobody else in the rest of the world wants to help or do anything for. Obama's not doing for us. The West, Europe isn't doing for us. And now Russia's with our shit again. And this is a group of people who desperately want their own country, and they want to have a country that they can be a part of, that they can be proud of, that they can have a narrative and a place on the world stage, who slowly see themselves being eaten and consumed by the Soviet Union again. So to look at those people and go like, well, isn't it bad? Like, a lot of you guys have died. You should just make peace. Like, that's easy to say as an American with your own country, your own government, your own elected leaders. You have a story. You have all of that. That's a completely separate thing to look at Ukrainians who are bleeding away whole sections of their country, while the rest of the world stands by and watches, and they'd be like, shouldn't you guys just stop because there's so many of you dying? Like, do you understand how horrible that is? Like, it's such a Western take. Not to say that death is good, but there's something more at play here. There has to be something more at play than just some people dying, because that's what's moved nations and peoples, is more than just like a concern for an individual or even just your family or even just your neighborhood. It's like this cause for an entire country, right?
Can I tell you?
Hey man, that's who's cooking. I don't really have much else to say because I agree to all the points that he's talking about, but just wanted to show you guys that. Just wanted you guys to hear that because I think that is very important to consider when it comes down to these conversations.